Hey Scorpio, thanks for checking out your weekly forecast. This is going to be for January 19th through the 24th. Now keep in mind you might stumble upon this video at another date. Rest assured, if you were brought here, there is at least one message in here for you. So you'll find it when you're meant to find it. But we're going to connect here and see what is coming up for Scorpio Sun, Moon, and Rising in the week ahead. This is a general forecast for Scorpio Sun, Moon, and Rising. Alrighty, my darlings, let's see what is going on for Scorpio this week. Okay, so the first card we have here is the Six of Swords. The last couple of weeks, there's been messages coming in for the Scorpios about disconnecting from a karmic cycle or recovering from an addiction pattern. Now, addiction can be anything. It can be substances, obviously. What's what we usually think of when we think of addiction, but we can be addicted to a situation, to a relationship, to all kinds of things. So breaking free from something. And so this week you're starting off with the Six of Swords, and Six of Swords is letting us know that we are getting away from drama, right? So some of you may have finally been able to make that breakaway, and now you're enjoying some peace of mind, or you're making arrangements to enjoy some peace of mind. Six of Swords can also indicate getting away for a little bit, somewhere where you can clear your head, think clearly. This can also sometimes come up in readings to indicate a relocation. So some of you might be getting more serious about relocating. You might be doing your homework. You might be preparing to visit a place where you're thinking of relocating to. Okay, I do feel with this energy, for some of you, you've had a situation with a person. It could be work, it could be relationship, it could be family, where you've had this leave me alone, and they don't want to leave you alone kind of situation, and you've gone on years and years and years like this. I feel like finally this person or these people, they get it. Like they finally get it. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to be able to pull Scorpio back in this time. I'm not going to be able to entice them. So I kind of feel like there's a certain sadness on their end. So if you're an empathetic Scorpio, you might be picking up on that. But, do what you can to continue disconnecting and cutting those cords and enjoying the peace, the mental and emotional peace that these new steps are bringing your way. Your next card here, my darlings, is the Two of Cups. Now, those of you that watch my weekly readings, you know that I like to kind of try to stay away from love and romance in the weekly forecasts. I do a monthly love reading. The monthly readings will be up soon for February. And so I just try to focus on other areas in your life, because everybody's doing love readings. Nothing wrong with that, but I try to, cover something that's not covered so often. Obviously, people who watch tarot readings, they see Two of Cups, and this is like one of the relationship cards. And so for some of you, you may be manifesting a really healthy, truly balanced relationship. Or you may be healing a relationship that was worth saving or salvageable by disconnecting from people and situations that were bringing drama into your life. Overall, though, if we want to look at this general, not just out of love and romance, Two of Cups is going to be healthy relationships. Because what Two of Cups is about, it's about when like giver meets giver, right? Sometimes when we're people that we give a lot, we attract takers. And so we get tired of it, especially Scorpios. We can be seen as very strong. And so people might maybe kind of want to ride our coattails a little bit. But with the Two of Cups, like this is someone who's coming in and like they want to give, they want to help, they want to, be there for us. And so you're beginning to manifest relationships, whether they be friendships or business partnerships, where the other person is also putting in effort, right? When a Scorpio is committed to something, they are like 200%, right? They don't phone it in. They're completely and totally committed, devoted. They're going to give it their all and then some. And so now you're attracting, like I said, relationships, partnerships, with people who are going to do the same, who are also invested, who are also giving to you. And these are the kind of relationships that are going to go on and on and on, because these two people are continuously refueling each other, right? They're continuously giving to one another, and it's helping it to flourish. I do feel that a lot of you that have been breaking away from these situations we talked about in the last couple of videos, you removed massive blocks, massive blocks. And so those of you that were blocked in terms of partnerships and relationships, this has been unblocked. That's how I see the Two of Cups. Your next card here, my darlings, is the Ten of Pentacles. Wow, looks like it's a good week to be a Scorpio, huh? Ten of Pentacles is a card that lets us know that the things that we've been wanting to manifest are beginning to come in. What did we just talk about? A lot of you have been unblocked in a big way. So if there's things you've been trying to manifest, but it hasn't been happening, it hasn't been materializing, Ten of Pentacles lets us know that the things that we've been dreaming up in our head are beginning to take shape. We're beginning to see them happen in a physical way. We're beginning to see them come into our life. Like, oh my gosh, I've always wanted this, or I've always said, oh, wouldn't it be so cool if this happened or that happened? And now here it is. Here it is, Ten of Pentacles also tells us that this is a time of making financial and material stability in your life. Okay, this is the kind of material stability that's going to last. Okay, this is something permanent. Okay, so if you've been working on a business or something, you're making permanent progress. You're landing something permanently. If you're in a temp situation, you may be getting good news this week that they're taking you on permanently, right? Or you're passing some probation period at work. And it could be a job of longevity for those of you that applies. Longevity meaning you're going to be there a while, right? Because Ten of Pentacles lets us know this is long-lasting success. This isn't just something temporary that, comes and goes. Obviously, we all know money comes and goes, but this is letting us know you're reaching a certain level and you're securing yourself at that level. Okay, a secure level. This could also be inheritance. Some of you might be inheriting property or money, or being told that something is going to be left to you in a will, because this can also sometimes indicate inheritance. I also feel like those of you Scorpios that have been on a more kind of like spiritual path, where you've been wanting to help people, or you've been feeling very guided to do something spiritually or artistically. I feel like there's something coming in starting this week and through the next couple of weeks that's going to allow you to leave that positive mark. That's going to, you feel like, okay, well, this is my legacy. This is what I'm leaving behind. One day when I leave this world, this is something that I've left for the future, for my family in the future, or future generations, whatever it might be, something long lasting. So good news here, my dears. Good news here, my dears. Stability, stability, stability. Your next card here, my darlings, is the King of Wands, right? So traditionally, when we look at the tarot cards, this can let us know that this could be potentially a person. A lot of people like to look at court cards as a person. Some of you may be having a partnership, business partnership, some kind of partnership with a fire sign person. So fire sign would be Sagittarius, Aries, or of course Leo. This doesn't have to necessarily be a person. Okay, those of you that watch my readings, you know that I kind of try to focus on the sign that I'm reading for and how it applies to you and your journey. And so I like the more like kind of going within method. So I'm going to take this as this is going to be more so Scorpios taking on their king of wands, their inner king of wands, right? So king of wands is ambitious. King of wands creates opportunities, right? When there aren't opportunities to be had, he creates opportunities. Okay, I once read a story about the king of wands. Someone was trying to describe like the attitude and the background of the king of wands, and so what I read was that he was not born a king, right? He was born with nothing, and he lived in a place where there was nothing, there was no opportunities, and he saw people suffering. So he began to get up and take action and create opportunities. He began to find solutions to problems, and when the people were like, oh my gosh, you need to be the king, and so he rose to power in that way. So that story stuck with me. Every time I see king of wands, I see like a self-made person. Nobody gave you nothing, and you're going very far in your life. You're creating, you're coming into success, you're thinking of ideas, you're thinking of opportunities, you're creating opportunities for yourself. Okay, so that's the energy here that a lot of you Scorpios are coming into, right? You're tired of waiting on other people, so you're getting up and you're doing what needs to be done, and you're finding the solutions, and you're letting go of anyone or anything that's been draining you or causing drama. And in this process, you're opening up to that abundance, to people who are going to have your back, because you don't have time. You don't have time to play anymore, right? You're very focused, and you're making stuff happen. Your next card here, my darlings, is the Five of Wands. I know this can be a card that scares people because we think of conflict, we think of arguments, or, people kind of trying to compete with us. But in a work situation, or a business situation, this is actually a positive thing, because this tells us that you're in the running. Like, other people are seeing you come up, and they're like, oh snap. Like, I don't know if people say oh snap anymore, but they're like, oh man, like, here comes Scorpio, out of nowhere, right? Like that dark horse coming out of nowhere, and they feel intimidated, they feel threatened, and so now you're your competition, right? So if you have a business, you're making your mark. People are like, oh gosh, this business is here now, and this is an option, and this is a competitor, and they're going to be keeping their eye on you. They might even be trying to kind of see if they can pull away your customers, or in a work situation, oh, Scorpio's doing really good, maybe they're going to promote Scorpio and they're not going to promote me. So you might start feeling some pushback. You might start feeling or sensing that people are competing with you. If that happens, don't let it rub you the wrong way. Don't let it upset you. Take it as like a compliment that, all right, I'm in the running, right? Like, I'm making these people nervous, or they feel like they need to compete with me. I must be doing something right. Right? So you're here, you're here. Things are happening. You guys are not allowing anything to slow you down. The Five of Wands, for some of you, is, for those of you who are empathetic Scorpios, can be that you're kind of struggling with some a little bit of traces of guilt, or not guilt, but like feeling sorry. Like I said, those of you who are breaking away from a situation, a long-lasting situation, you might feel or sense the sadness of the people that you're leaving behind or disconnecting from. So there might be a little bit, maybe kind of towards the end of the week, a little bit of a struggle, like, oh man, I feel sorry for them, or I feel bad for them. So there might be a little bit of an inner struggle, okay, within yourself. But know and understand that you are removing blocks from your life, and that it's okay for you to be happy, and okay for you to enjoy the things that are finally coming in now that you're not blocked, and now that you're manifesting. All right. Keep in mind, Scorps, this is a general reading. You may want to check out a reading for your moon or rising sign. It might bring a little extra information for you. You may need a private reading, which you can schedule at calendly.com/amethystangelite. Those of you who have been waiting for the podcast, the first one is going to be posted hopefully by this weekend, but I am going to put the link in the community tab, so keep an eye out for the community tab posts. And then in the future, as the episodes are up, I will include the podcast link in the description of the videos. So those of you that have been wanting to know more about what's going on behind the scenes and the more spiritual stuff, we're going to be getting into that very, very shortly in the next few days. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.